Hello everyone, this is Dion Sol. I hope everyone is doing well. And today, as you see, this is Monterey Airport in Monterey, California, USA. I did a flight the other day and tried to do another one last night to go back south, back to Southern California. Unfortunately, crashed the desktop. I don't know if it's heat problems or what, but I don't know. I'm having drama. So it is what it is. But today, hopefully this flight will go without a hitch. And where we're going today is we're going to do Monterey Airport. And we're going to go from Monterey. And you can see the cloud cover is all over the place. And we do have icing conditions, but we're going to take off here at Monterey. Of course, we'll be going over the ocean a little bit and hugging the California north coastline. And zippity doodah, zippity day, go past San Francisco, Half Moon Bay, and a few other points of interest. I was looking for Santa Rosa and that sort of thing. We're going up into wine country here a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. And then we're going to cruise on over and just work our way. And then once we make this turning point here at Geyserville, then we'll turn and go more inland, go past Chesapeakeville, I guess is what that's called. Shutter Clear Lake. I guess Shutter Lake. Not familiar. Never been there. If I have, I probably just drove right past it. And I didn't think nothing about it because at that time I was young and I was working. And then once you get to the point, we're gonna have to climb. I'm seeing some 6,000 foot. I'm seeing 7,400 for this section. So hopefully, I'm gonna plan on 6,500 feet. And to keep it low. The reason why we're keeping it low is because I don't know if you back out here, but we have, you can see on the icon, we have moderate ice. Moderate ice starts way down here, just north of San Francisco. And we have moderate ice all over the place, so we have icing conditions. So I'm just going to keep it low and slow, and hopefully down at 500 feet we'll have minimal ice to contend with. I do. This airplane that we're flying, which we're flying the Cessna 310, is not ice equipped. I didn't notice any icing paraphernalia on the controls, so we don't have TCAS and we don't not TCAS. It's something fluid, T fluid. I'll call it T fluid. There's a name for that, and I don't know what it is, but anyway, so we got. We'll be heading up in here into Redding, California. So this little Benton airport that we're going to. Matter of fact, this is a mission generator flight, and we're carrying 28 kilograms of seed. What kind of seed? I don't know. It doesn't say. It just says 25 kilograms or 28 kilograms of seed. So that's what we're taking. And I see overcast between 1,300 and 3,500 feet, so we'll be above the clouds. So that means we're going to have a fun little arrival. So Monterey Airport, those are all our fuel stops. What's going to cost us for fuel? So we're kind of expensive, but it's a larger airport, so that's expected. Monterey Airport is 7,500 foot runway, the big one, and then 3,500 foot runway is a small one. They're both parallel each other, and we'll be taking off on the 3,500 foot runway because it's closest my current parking location. So let's see, and then on Benton, California, or Oakland, or Redland, I guess. Not Redlands. Redding is kind of where it's at. This airport's only a 2,400 foot runway, so I'm not going to have a lot of runway to take off and land on, but we're going to give it a shot. So this is what mission generator gave us, so we're going to take it. So Benton Field is where we're heading, and looks like it's created 19. So this airport's been around. Now I'm really noticing in Sky Vector when they say the dates of activation of the airports, they were all in the 40s. They were all during World War II time. So we get coffee for the working man. So I thought that's very interesting that they all popped up right around the same timeline, all World War II era. Yes, there's some here and there that have popped up before and after, but mostly after, at least here in the western part of the United States. I'm sure in the East Coast where the Wright brothers were and everything else was. I'm sure it all started there much, much earlier, obviously, and then just filtered its way west towards California, later on. But it's interesting, it's just one of those little tidbits of information. It's just kind of interesting how all the airports that I notice here, at least in the western part of the United States, were all at World War II or during World War II of their creation. But which is cool. So anyway, so that's pretty much the size of that right there. So you got our loadout of where we're all going. Let me jump back in here, and then you guys got yourselves a nice look of the orthos and the randomly generated scenery, or try to make it as semi-close to what it is in the real world of Monterey, California. Nice. Nice. I think I've been through this once or twice in my, back in the day, my lifetime. I just passed through, didn't think nothing about it. If there was a 7-Eleven here, I probably worked on it. I just don't remember offhand right now. But anyway, so that's pretty much the geography and everything else. Let me go ahead and jump on in, and we'll jump on over here. And there is our nice airplane, which is Cessna 310 by Digital Replica. And we're going to take this airplane, and like I say again, we're going to go to Benton, and we'll go ahead and get everything set up and ready to go. So let's go ahead and just hop on in. Go ahead and remove chocks and everything. Go back and forth on our... I wonder why this one has sound. Does not. I have to ask the developer on that. Maybe that's the way it is in the real airplane. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, we'll go ahead and get some power to this thing. We'll jump down over here. That's this one. On both our main tanks, which is the tip tanks, on both of those. Our steady lights and aiding beacon. Everybody knows that with this airplane is operated shortly. And we need to go ahead and start some engines, kind of warm the thing up. We are currently kind of cool. What is our temperature? Our temperature is 50 degrees Celsius. I'm sorry, 10 degrees Celsius Fahrenheit. So it's chilly. It's wear a coat weather for Californians anyway. Some of you guys up north, you're gonna sit there and laugh. Hell, when it's minus 25 degrees, that's when you put on a coat. Not us. Anyway, so let me go ahead, and we got that going on here. We'll go ahead and save some time. We'll just turn on all of our magnetos. Got those on. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can start this engine out. Drop everything up to full rich. Go ahead and prime this thing. 1000, 2000, 3000, 2005. Let's see if I didn't flood it. Crack these up a little bit, and let's hit it. Idling pretty rough. Around 900. Alright, we'll do the same thing again on this other side. A lot of times when you turn the pump on and then you try to prime and then you prime it, it'll bog out. It'll just die on us. And it'll take forever to start. I flood it. 1,000, 2,000, 2005. There you go. And we'll go ahead and turn on both alternators and avionics. And I think we have everything on now. Okay, pretty good. Sure, we've got our pitch trim set to takeoff. We this neighborhood somewhere. I notice if I have my pitch trim set too high on this airplane, now there's something interesting. I don't know what this one is. AM select. Left battery, right? I guess just to check the battery voltage, I guess. That's what this is for. Which is kind of cool. I like that. I know if I turn this off, now we're totally off the battery. Look at that. I guess a combination of the two. We're not charging, so let's just say it's zero. Just the mechanics. That's what I like about this airplane. There's a lot of techness involved. Go ahead and turn one on, and now it's charging a little bit. That's pretty cool. I didn't illustrate that on the previous video. I'll turn them both on. Now it's charging the battery. Very nice. Okay, we'll put this into standby. Clock. Our taxi lights. Okay, now we got this on. Now we got to do our program. There was an update, by the way. It's version 0.15, I think it is now. So I'm cheating here. I'm going to go over here like this. I'm going to hit catalog, and we're going to go back to Monterey, where we're going, because I already did it before. I'm going to hit activate. This. And there it is. It's all ready to go, because I've pre-done it before I hit record. So we are set there, and we got our flight plan in. And let's go ahead and get our nearest weather information. Again, let's flip it.
Monterey Information Hotel.
Temperature 3021.
Wind 120 at 9. Visibility more than 10.
Right.
Sky clear. Temperature 9. Dew point 3. Altimeter 3021. Arriving runways 10 left, 10 right. Departing runways 10 left, 10 right. Advise on initial contact you have hotel.
Alright. We have hotel, that's 10 left, 10 right. So we're not taking off, or I thought we were going to take off, so that means we got to take off behind us, go over that direction. Alright, cool deal. Very good. I'm going to turn down the audio. I'm sure this thing's a little noisy. Turn this down a little bit. Keep ourselves into the yellow and turn me down too. I'm not, I got to be loud enough to where I'm overpowering the, down the engine. Okay. Alright, so let's do this. Let us do this. Turn on our squawk. I'm not going to use pilot to ATC because we're going such low altitude. Pilot to ATC doesn't do anything for me other than maybe give me traffic advisories. That's just about it because we are VFR flying anyways. All right, 6,500 feet. Indicated airspeed climb is going to be 115 knots. So what's our temperatures looking like? And we're still kind of cold here. We're not in the red yet. Not red. In the green yet. And for those of you that don't know, this is an indicator to sync both of your props. For those of you that don't know what this little... Why is this thing spinning? And that's because that's an indicator for you to be able to know when your props are out of sync. Obviously, you can't get it perfect on an older airplane unless you do prop sync where the computer controls it, and then it can, do it a little bit better. When you're at cruising altitude, you can get it really, really close. In some cases, you can get to where the little wheel doesn't. But when you're on the ground, that sort of thing, Our suction's between 4.5 and 5.25, so we're okay there. See our exhaust gas temperatures. I'm going to go ahead and close the, it's open. Go ahead and close these up and let this thing warm up a little bit. Try to get our engine warm. Or we're waiting for the engine. Because realistically, we're good to go. We're ready to just take off, but I'd like to get the temperature, this engine temperature up. Now you can see it's starting to climb now a little bit. Go ahead and take a look outside. Good. All lights are on. Sexy, sexy. Like I said, I can't say enough how much fun little airplane to fly. I thought about acquiring the 340, Cessna 342, but Coronado is the one who made it, and unfortunately, we all know about Coronado products, where basically once they build the airplane and get it out, that's it. You're not getting any. You'll get updates every now and then if enough people complain, but I like to be flying my. I have a jet. I have the Phenom 100. The Phenom 100 has got, I believe, Sassel issues. And Sassel, which I don't think this airplane has Sassel, and that's why this airplane has been rock solid and not having any problems. Sassel is a programming language that that aircraft developers use when they're creating their airplanes, their airplanes for X-plane, and Sassel becomes very problematic at times. And I'm frantically looking here. Yeah, see, this airplane does not have, I'm looking off camera, I'm looking at the directory for this airplane, and there is no Sassel. So that's probably one of the reasons why this airplane I don't have a problem with. Don't have any drama. Alright, the needle moves, and it looks like it's not. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and just taxi around. Maybe we can get the temperature, the operating temperature while we're taxiing around. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. We don't want to. This is not a flight jobs flight. This is a mission generator flight. I'll go ahead and open up the counting flaps back up. Because I'll forget, and I'll burn the engines. This airport has got a slope, quite a bit of slope in the terrain. Yeah, we're only 9 degrees Celsius right now. Alright, November 502 Delta Mike is at runway 10 for a straight out departure. November 502 Delta Mike. I should have said Monterey traffic. I'll get it eventually. Alright, let's just go ahead and take off. I don't see anybody coming. Any real world traffic out there. Turn the pitos on. Lights on. Strobe lights on. And do I run up? Well, I think we got a little bit of time here, so let's go ahead and do our quick run up. Enter RPM. Run up on the Right up on the airport, or on the runway. That's nice. Alright, we got that going. Turn off right mag on the right engine. Change. Left mag on the right engine. Change. Left mag on the left engine. Right engine on the left. Change. Okay. We're good to go. Headphones on. Done that first. Alright. Now it's quieter. Use parking brake. Go for it. Like I think I said in another video that I don't think I saved. When I take off with flaps, you know, like take off flaps, flaps 1, this airplane gets very, very squirrely. Like it's starting to get squirrely right now. I'll just pull back and try to get in here. It becomes not an issue. The drop off right there. Like, and here we go, 128 knots, just like that. Okay, so make our left turn. Make some pitch out. Put the pitch to neutral. Now what we're going to do, because we're already making this turn, I'll go ahead and activate the autopilot. 115 knots is going to be our climb. But we are climbing right now. 500 feet is our objective. We're going to be going out into the water. Yay! Going to the water. Very, very cool. Like I said, I was very tempted in getting, because of the success that this airplane is, that kind of inspired me to consider in getting the Cessna, you know, 342, what it was labeled as. But again, like I said, it was Coronado, and it's just kind of like, damn, you know. And the Coronado airplane does support the GTN 750 out of the box. So what that means is you'd see this GTN 750, you know, in 3D format sitting right here. I don't have my. Okay, let me do it this way. I don't have. It'd be like right here, but in the dashboard. And whereas this one is out. This one right here is just a window. I don't know. Maybe if Coronado, of course, it's not gonna be all the way until Thanksgiving time. I think is when Coronado does their specials. If it's like, you know, under 20 bucks or something like that, maybe I'll bite then. But by then I'll probably be on to other aircraft by that point. So, you know, it'll be an afterthought. So I don't know. I did a big long guy on the Phenom 100, the Phenom 100 jet. There was a guy in the X-Plane forums, and they're saying, well, hey, you know, which one should I get? Should I get the Phenom jet, or should I get the Aerobask 550? And well, I'm going to stall right here right now. Let me see if I can get to that, and then I'll just, while we're doing this video, I'll just talk about it right here and right now. So let me, I don't know if it has history or not. No history of places that I went with Coronado. See here. As we're climbing here, topics. Unfortunately, no. Well, anyway, it's going to take me too much time to be able to find it. But the long and the short of it, some guy, you know, a fellow pilot was asking, hey, which one should I get? Should I get the Aerobask 550 or should I get the Coronado Phenom? And I have to cough. And I first I said right off the bat, I said, well, get the Aerobask 550. It hands down. It's all the, you know, if you do all the check boxes, it's a better airplane. It's a better investment into, you know, spending your sim aviation dollars. But then I kind of went off on a rant, and which I'm going to tell you now. I went off on a rant saying, well, you know, I did the text, and I was going to say, well, I was going to tell him, say, hey, I bought both. I have both. I like the physical looks of the Phenom better. I like the Phenom. We're pulling back on the throttles right now, or the props right now. We're going to get down to 2,300. We're going to get down here to 2,300 RPM here. So let me do that real quick, and then I'll continue my story. Okay, here is right around 23. Now let me go back. Right now, I am getting it kind of close. You can see it's moving a little bit. That's with me trying to move my throttles or my levers to try to get it even, or I just hit you know, a prop sync, and then it becomes a non-issue. Now you can see it's going to stay. The little wheel's going to stay static. Now we're going to pull back on our fuel flow. And you can see our exhaust gas temperatures are starting to go up here. I'm going to try to get us to right around 13 gallons per hour, but we might be too hot. Okay, looks like we're only going to get, unless I go lean of peak, but then I start losing speed. If I want to sacrifice the speed, then I can go lean of peak. If I go lean of peak, watch the exhaust gas temperature gauge. I go pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. Now it's getting hot. Now it's getting hot, and then I pull it back some more. Now we're lean of peak, and now we're doing 9 gallons an hour on each tank. But now I'm losing speed. Here's 10. At 10, I'm starting to get too hot. So, and of course we just went from one. Just went from one ATIS to another ATIS, and now X-plane's freaking out. I gotta stop my operations here and try to settle down my autopilot. Let me fix that real quick. Okay, now it's starting to settle out. Anyway, so now we're lean of peak doing 9 gallons per hour. Okay, we're at lean of peak. Let's go ahead and leave it at lean of peak. Lean of peak, not pink. And then we'll just move the little dial. I don't know what this does. It does something. I don't know what this purpose is right here. This little switch that I'm moving. We'll leave it stock. Now we're at lean of peak right now. We're almost at 1,400 EG exhaust gas temperatures. I want to get it down a little bit. I want to get to the low 1300s. Low 1300, which is 8 gallons per hour. That's on each tank, so that's 1,600 gallons. Let's go right there. All right. Now we're lean of peak, 16 gallons per hour on each tank. And if we go back over here and look at our fuel flow, so we're right around a little bit over 8. So very good. Props are sync because I have prop sync turned on. Our temperatures are at 300 degrees Fahrenheit on each cylinder, so we're okay there. Our temperature outside's a little bit below 0 according to this gauge, but according to my XHSI, my remote, we're at +1 degree Celsius. I was trying to stay above so I don't have drama, and we're going right into clouds here. Trying to avoid the icing conditions. So anyway, back to my story. I was over on the, like I said, over on the forums. I'm trying to go over here to forum index. I'm trying to stall here, try to get to that forum when I'm talking about the that, but I just can't seem to find it. But like I said, anyway, so we got nothing but time to kill anyway. As we're sitting there, going to go through these clouds, which is probably not a good idea. What I'm going to do is, because the terrain is so low here and here, I'm going to go down. We're going to cruise at 2,500 feet. I want to stay above freezing. I don't want to deal with ice. And we'll do, expedite our descent to, we gotta pull back on our power. Autopilot's not allowing me to, force it to go down. The reason why I'm going down 2,500 feet is so I can, still have something to look at down below with the orthos. If I go to 4,000 feet, I'll probably be right at the cloud layer, at the cloud line, at least right here anyway. Then we just won't have anything to look at. We get coffee for the working man. So anyway, I just made this big long rant saying that how Coronado just needs to update their aircraft, you know, being more in communication with their customers. And I'll give you an example. As I said in my rant, I said, hey, the Cessna 206H is not an X-Plane 11 product. It's an X-Plane 10 product, but it was last updated on January the 8th, I believe it was, 2016. And it's like, well, hey, I kind of like to have the Cessna 206. I think it's a nice looking airplane. It's like the biggest brother. Well, you can make some arguments saying the 208 is the big brother, the biggest brother for the high wing Cessna line. But I liked the 206, and it has the G1000 expansion pack, which I have no problem with paying for. But it's the Coronado, you know, G1000, and I have absolutely no interest based on the Phenom experience. Which circles back to the which one do that guy wants to buy. I told him, I said, you know, get the Skyview. Skyview 5 FAR is a far better, you know, it's more bang for your buck. You know, you get more investment for your money. And it looks like I got screwed no matter what. It looks like we're going to be in clouds even at 2,500 feet. Well, maybe once we make the turn and then get, I need to get back to speed, and then also I need to readjust our, I'm going to go back to Richard Peak. The EGT. Also, we're getting back up to speed, so our temperatures are down, so we're okay. If I close the cowling flaps, now the cowling flaps are now closed. Well, there they are now. They're closed. This temperature should race up. There was about 1,300. Now we're doing 20 gallons per hour. Now we're doing considerably more than what I want. I'm going to pull back on our, get back down to, we are moving. We're going faster than the autopilot can handle. Let's keep on pulling back on the, okay, there's Richard, we're still Richard Peak, but now we're doing 12 gallons an hour. Anyway, well, that didn't work out as planned. I wanted to be, I figured if I went high, I wouldn't see anything, and now I go down. I figured, oh, I'll go low. I don't have to worry about it. Well, hopefully it'll clear up here. It gives me a chance to finish my story anyway. Oh, anyway, so like I said, I made this big rant, and make a long story short, I just don't recommend buying Coronado products until, you know, they change their behavior and, you know, keep evolving their aircraft. I mean, the 206 is a prime example. That airplane should be X-Plane 11 compatible, and it's not, and I'd like to buy it. Nobody else is making it, but they're the only ones. So we're kind of SOL. So I was like, okay, then I won't. It just sits. You know, they don't get my money. And it was $29 too on the xplane.org store. So I'm not interested. And now we're at the boring part of the flight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to static my view here for a moment. Make sure that everything is good. Make sure I'm not over temping my cylinder. Cylinder head's a little bit starting to get above. It's still in the operating range. I went ahead and opened up the cowling flaps back open. Running right around 1293, 1300. We're doing about 165 knots, indicated 180-ish or so over the ground. 2300 RPM. And we are at Rich Peak right now. See if I can. I'll lose a little bit of power, but I'm gonna see if I can. A little bit more fuel savings. Not gonna get much more. I'm at 1300, and I don't want to push. I want to stay right around 1350 on my exhaust gas temperatures. Not as far as I want to go. I am doing 170 knots, indicated 183 over the ground. So it's a very fast airplane. For $50,000 in the real world for this airplane, going, you know, nearly 200 miles an hour. That's nearly we're at 189-ish or so. Indicated 189 miles an hour indicated. So that's pretty good. $50,000 that gets you around. I need to do a simulated flight going back to Texas to visit my in-laws. Why would I do that? I don't know, but I guess to make my wife happy. Do a simulated flight to go back to Texas and see. Of course, I'd have a tailwind at that point. We actually do have a tailwind right now. We've got a 10-knot tailwind at this moment in time. So again, I'm going to static this airplane. And then what we'll do is I will come back once this is done, and I should finish my story, you know, to follow up that, yeah, like I said, Coronado products, nice, they're great looking airplanes, but you have to go in with the mindset is when you buy it, what you see is what you get, and do not expect through the life cycle of X-Plane 11 that it's going to be either updated or enhanced in any way, and that's just the way it is, you know. And so that's why I don't have the Coronado 340, because the Coronado 340, it looked interesting, looked like, ooh, that might be something I might want, because I like, it's a turboprop airplane, it's got 20 plus passengers to carry. I can use that for flight jobs and everything else, and I could use the airplane. But because it's Coronado, knowing that they're never going to develop it ever again or do anything with it until X-Plane 12, as an example. Obviously, we got a ship right there, which is kind of cool. I'm leery of, buying it. And like I said, the Cessna 206, I want the airplane with floats. If they do the floats as an expansion pack, wanting an extra $10 or $15 or whatever, that's the market will bear, a fair market value. I would have no problem with giving them extra money, because I would be getting what I want and getting some enjoyment out of it. But I know they've got a fairly small. That's actually a carrier too, by the way. I guess we have to step outside. I think we can. If I go over here, we'll wait for it to come across here, and then we'll be able to see it. Unless we make our. Oh, really? Come on, don't do that to me. Damn clouds. Look at the carrier. Squirrel! Go off on a tangent. Okay, there's the thing for it. Let's look at the ship. Yep, it's a carrier. Very cool. That'd be really cool. Oh, it's got a helicopter flying right there too. That's pretty neat. Pretty neato. We say, oh yeah, why don't you just land on the carrier? No. Not my thing. I'm not a military man. I respect the military extremely. I was going to go, if I wouldn't have got married and my daughter was on her way, I was going to try to see if I can get into the Air Force and become a pilot that way. And but life had a turn for me because of my daughter being born and everything else, and it just didn't work out. So I couldn't follow my dream and my passion that way at the time, back in the mid to late 80s. That's what worked out. And I would have been sent to Grenada, and I would have been in Iran, and I would have flown all kinds of crap, done all kinds of silly things. Then, but hey, that's military life. So I highly respect the military. Military is very, very good. So I am in full respect for the military. Anyway, so like I said a minute ago, I'm just going to static this view right here, even though it sucks right now. And I'm just going to go ahead and put in a musical montage or something. And if I see anything exciting, then I'll slow it down and we'll look at the eye candy. If not, then I'll just catch you guys once we get to the other side of this musical montage. So I will see you guys in a few. Alrighty, everyone, we are back, and I need to turn down myself, so I'm probably blowing your eardrums out there. Sorry about that. Now we are coming down into Redding area. We're still about 18 miles away, so I'm going to get set up here to land at the airport. We are working our way. There's Redding actually right there, and then there is a little airport that we're supposed to be landing at. Let's get a little bit of information about that airport. So we'll go to nearest airport, and this was O85. Elevation is 700 feet. Runways are 33. Right traffic pattern 33 and 15. And like I said, it's a little bitty airport. Hard surface. It doesn't say if it's no procedures. I don't know as a Unicom frequency, so we're going to have to go with the closest. Let's get some weather information. Actually got two Reddings.
Redding Muni information Juliet.
315, we're already at 315.
Zulu weather. Wind 150 at 17.
150.
Visibility more than 10.
Alright, well,
sky conditions 1007.
150. Well, more than likely that airport will probably be about the same. So, yeah. Back. 150 is going to be. So we're going to have to go. We're going to come around like this. Come around because we're coming in from the south. We're coming in from the south, which should be 33, and then we're going to turn around, go north. So I'm going to put in a approach of the visual. So I will have to after I get to this point right here, this B or whatever, then I will have to do my maneuvering at that point. Position myself to get a 3-mile final at 1,700 feet landing. We're currently at 45 right now. I was trying to stay below the clouds so we can get some eye candy, but this particular trip didn't have to be in as much. Too many clouds. Many clouds. I hope you guys enjoys that musical montage. Yeah, we just flying in ranch is what we just flew over, and that one is a 2,600 foot runway. I wish I could set mission generator to be certain parameters, like I want you to randomly generate flights for me, but I want them to be like, no less than 5,000 foot runways, which would knock off a bunch of little bitty airports, and that sort of thing, and then have different check boxes that I can check to be able to make it a more narrow the randomization down a little bit, because right now it's just too random, where you get caught in situations where you don't you get to the site and then you find out, oh crap, I can't land here. So then you're screwed. You have to do a lot of preparations beforehand before you even take off. You got to go look at the other airport and see what it is. So then you kind of lose your sense of randomness, your sense of adventure, because you already know when you get there. So. But technically, that's what you're supposed to do when you're flying. So. And off to our right is Red Bluff / I think it's Red Bluff. Redding. Excuse me, Redding. Redding's a nice size airport. We're not there yet, but we're off that direction. Where the pillar is. It's always where the pillar is. And we are getting bounced around. I avoided getting the ice, which was good. That worked out. Did not want to deal with ice. Don't have it here, but we'll go ahead and activate it anyway. Turning to airports. In fact, the airport's right there. There it is, right there. But we got to turn around anyway, so all good. There is our destination. Actually, I'm just going to hand fly this in. So, autopilot off my plane. Take this off to one side here just to get it out of my way. Have it as a guide. Get my pitch trim back. That is our destination, I believe. Yep. Actually, I don't even need main radar anymore. Yeah. Not a bad looking little airport. Redding, California. And level off. Ground. We'll stick the landing. Lights on. Turning on our 50% fuel. Ooh, got a bridge there. A couple of bridges. Of course, now the cell makes it so I can't see it. That might be Interstate 5 right there. Out to 3 miles, and then we'll come back in, then I'll activate the approach. lined up. For me. Help me out here. A little high. This is the GTN 750 working right here. You put in visual, and it's like it's artificial glide slope. Not quite there yet. Trying to get down where it's. I'm gonna increase my rate of descent, back off on my power, and then it'll pick up the glide slope. And there it is. Just picked it up just now. Saw the autopilot pick it up. Now all I have to do is just sit here and just control my throttle like if I was on an ILS approach. Put my gear down, by the way. Whatever, do that. Lights on, backseat lights on. Set and ready to go. Gotta monitor my speed. I'm using XHSI is giving me a reference of right around 95 knots. I'm trying to keep it between 90 and 95. Throw some flaps. There's 1 degree of flaps. Land at 70, aren't I? Or something like that. I can't read it right now. Gotta land the airplane. But that's why the GTN 750 is so good. Again, common complaint that everybody says, and I've said it thousands of times before, the fact that you can't have out-of-date data. Really a bummer. Data for the GTN 750 is over a year old. These are gonna be on my way. Under speed. We shouldn't be there. X-plane model those trees and shouldn't be there. I'm at 90 knots. High, I think. For such a small airport runway. I had to take over. It was just too much. See, I was 240. I ran out of runway really quick. I didn't trust it to I guess right, because look, the suck is. Buildings right there. Darn it, I didn't start my SimBuddy client. Arr. Oh well. 240, it should have been a lot less than that. It should have been about 150th or so, but Again, I didn't trust it. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in Redding, California. Look at the little turnout for we have airplanes to pass or run-ups. Okay. A central location. Here. Yes, over here. Our visitor center, I guess you could say. Flag is. That's pretty cool. Graphic. Park right over here next to this Cessna. Round. Right here. Very nice. This plane just keeps on getting better and better. As far as and well, at least we made it. Ooh, look at a level 6. Look at that. Check that out. A level 6. So, what do I want to spend it on? Let's go ahead and clean up the airport, then I'll... Alright, so off. Like that wind down. Wife's home. Daughter's home. Had to take my son-in-law to get so drama with that, I'm sure. I'm sitting here going like this to my dog as he's sitting there understanding. Hush. Okay, so there, let's go. Okay, level increases E for flights with small or single aircraft. Multi-engine aircraft, okay. Flights. In flights is 5 minutes an hour. See, that would be fine if I was doing my jets. Top. Mountain flight. Billy and likely. Well, not a big, but I am. So let's go with let's go with the lights. Okay, very good. Okay, well, welcome to another airport here in Northern California. So very cool. Well, guys, I hope you appreciate this and hope it was informative and educational and just plain out fun. You guys enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it. It's always a challenge going into these remote places that you don't normally would ever go to, and that sort of thing. Well, that's which is always good. So anyway, you guys take care and you have yourselves a great one. We'll catch you next time on the next X-Plane Adventures, and definitely like, subscribe, and if you feel worthy, I do have a PayPal donate button on the top right of this YouTube channel. If tip in a tip jar is most appreciated. I definitely could use it right now. It'd be more than ever. So definitely take care, and I'll catch you next time. Guys, bye.